Hello students, I am your lab teacher Shomik. This video is about some electronic components and instruments. Electronic components like resistors, capacitors, LEDs, etc. and instruments like CROs and signal generator. We will be learning in this tutorial how to calculate the value of a resistor, seeing the color code, how uh, a signal frequency and amplitude of a signal is measured from CRO. So let us start from a resistor. See, this is the classification of resistor. Basically resistors are of two types: fixed resistors and variable resistors, and variable resistors are called potentiometer or pot. And fixed resistors are of two types, CFR and MFR. CFR means carbon film resistors and MFR means metal film resistor. Now CFR is used in laboratory purposes and MFR is used in industrial purposes. Now color code is possible for CFRs only. Color coding is not applicable for MFR. So for color coding, I think you know the color coding, you have read it earlier in your higher secondary education. So this is the table of color code. These are the colors and these are the codes, starting from black, and the last color is white. This is the order to write the color code, and these three colors, gold, silver and no color, is called tolerance band. Now what is tolerance band? Nothing in this planet is accurate. The value we say, suppose 1 kg or 1 volt or 1 ampere, nothing is constant, that is 1. That is 1.00. If we measure the value very minutely, we can get some 1.0007 or 1.0006 something. So manufacturers tells the tolerance that is a certain tolerance bands are specified there for a resistor. That is, now if a resistor containing the gold color as tolerance band, the fluctuation will be very less, 5%. The silver color tolerance is 10%, and that means it will differ 10% from the actual value. And if there is not any tolerance band or color, then the fluctuation will be 20%. Now a CFR or a resistor contains four types of values. The first one is called actual value, we denote it AV. Then lower limit, that is LL. Then upper limit UL, and measured value MV. So actual value is that when we calculate the value of a resistor excluding the tolerance band, that means if we leave the tolerance band and calculate the color bands only, the other three color bands only, we will get the actual value. That is, we used to say 1 kilo ohm or 10 kilo ohm, that is the actual value. When we subtract tolerance from the actual value, we will get lower limit, and when we add tolerance to the actual value, we will get upper limit. And measured value is the practical value of the resistor, that is shown on a meter, and the measured value will be within lower limit and the upper limit. Now see one example. See, this is the chart, these are the tolerance band, and this is the formula. Actually, basically we have 4 color band resistor. There are many more types of resistor, that is 5 band, 6 band. Now when we are calculating 4 color band resistor, the first band and second band no numerical signs, that is addition or subtraction, nothing. It is between first band and second band, and the third band is the multiplier band, and it is the power of 10. So first band, second band into 10 to the power third band plus minus tolerance band. These are the formation of 4 color bands. So if this is a resistor, see these color bands, see this is first band, second band and third band, as I have written here, first band, second band, third band, and this is the tolerance band. Always remember that you have to start counting from the left side of the resistor and keep the tolerance band at the extreme right and start counting from the left side. So the tolerance band will be the last band to count, and the first band whatever it will be. Now I have written here one example. Suppose your first 3 color bands are brown, green and orange. Now calculating these 3 color bands, we are getting brown, green into 10 to the power orange. Brown, green into 10 to the power orange. Now brown and green, the code of brown is 1, the code of green is 5. So brown and green makes it 15. As I have said earlier that there is not any numerical sign between first band and second band. So 1, 5 makes 15. Into third band is the multiplier band. So 10 to the power 3, as the code of the orange is 3, and plus minus 5% as we have gold here. So this makes 15 kilo ohm. That means 15 into 10 to the power 3, that is 15 kilo ohm. The unit of resistance is ohm, so it is 15 kilo ohm, and I have written here it is actual value. So 15 kilo ohm, what we are getting calculating the 3 color bands excluding the tolerance, that is the actual value. So 15 kilo ohm is my actual value. Now to calculate tolerance, this is lower limit. So you have suppose first you find out your tolerance. The tolerance is 750. Now subtract the 750 from your actual value, that is 14,250 ohm, that is 14.25 kilo ohm, and upper limit is 15,750 ohm, 15.75 kilo ohm. So the value, the measured value or the practical value of this resistor will lie between 14,250 and 15,750. If we measure this kind of resistor in meter, we will get the value between 14,250 and 15,750. We will never get exactly 15 kilo ohm in the meter. Okay, so this is the technique to find out value seeing the color code. Now if you want to see a resistor practically, see this is a resistor. I'm telling you the color. Actually we have here blue, gray and yellow. Blue, gray and yellow. The colors of this resistor is blue, gray and yellow. Now if I calculate these colors, blue, gray and yellow, if I calculate these colors, blue, gray and yellow, and the tolerance is silver. The tolerance is silver. So calculate. For blue the code is 6. For gray the code is 8. and third band is multiplier. For yellow it will be 10 to the power 4. So the actual value we will get here, 680 kilo ohm, because it is 68 into 10 to the power 4, that means 680 into 10 to the power 3, so 680 kilo ohm. Now if the tolerance is silver, then the value of the tolerance will be 10%. So 680 10% means 10 by 100. So 0. So the tolerance value is this much, that is 68 kilo ohm is the tolerance value. Now for lower limit we have to 680 minus 68. For upper limit 680 plus 68. So this will be 8. 748 kilo ohm. 2 612 kilo ohm. So lower limit is 612 kilo ohm and upper limit is 748 kilo ohm. The measured value, the practical value of this resistance, will lie between 612 and 748 kilo ohm. Let us check it practically. See, this instrument is called multimeter. Multimeter because we can measure voltage, current, frequency, value of resistor, many things we can solve by this instrument. So it is a multi-purpose instrument, that is why it is called multimeter. Now if I measure the value of this resistance, see, I have connected this resistance in these two probes, and the value is 697 kilo ohm. See, the regulator is in 2000 kilo ohm and the reading is 697 kilo ohm, and it is under my upper limit and lower limit. So my calculation is correct, and the color we have seen here is correct. This is the procedure to find out color, seeing the color code in a resistor. Okay, now the next component is capacitors. Capacitors are of two types, fixed and variable capacitors are called gang capacitor. And there is no further classification of variable capacitor. Fixed capacitors are divided into two parts, polarized and non-polarized. They are also called electrolytic and non-electrolytic capacitor. And these non-electrolytic capacitors are divided into two variations, that is high voltage operation and low voltage operation. High voltage operation can operate up to 1000 volt, and low voltage operation can operate only 60 volt, under 60 volt. So, and there is no calculation, no color coding of capacitors, because the value of the capacitors are written on the body of the capacitor. So let me show you some sample of capacitor. See, these are the shapes of capacitors. Now we don't have variable capacitor here. These are all fixed capacitors. So what are they? These two capacitors are polarized capacitor. These two capacitors are polarized. How can we say that? Because see, the length of the two legs are not similar. This leg is longer and this leg is shorter from this leg. So we have polarity here. The longer leg is positive terminal and the short leg is negative terminal. If we cut this terminal similar to this short leg, then how can we understand the polarity of the capacitor? So that is why one negative sign is provided here in front of the short leg or the negative terminal to determine the polarities of these legs. This is negative terminal, so the opposite terminal is positive, obviously. This capacitor also have dissimilarity. The length of these legs, see, the shorter terminal is negative terminal and the long terminal is positive terminal. Now this capacitor is non-polarized capacitor, and see, the length of the leg is similar, so we don't have any polarity here. See, the length of the legs are similar, so we don't have any polarity here. Non-polarized capacitor, and this capacitor is for low voltage operation. This can operate only up to 60 volt. This capacitor, this is also a capacitor. This is non-polarized capacitor. See, the length of the legs are similar, and this is also for low voltage operation. And this capacitor is non-polarized capacitor and it is used in high voltage operation up to 1000 volt, and this capacitor can operate up to, you can see, 400 volt DC. It can operate up to 400 volts, so we can apply high voltage operations. It can be applied in high voltage operations. So these are the types of capacitors. And resistor, you have seen resistors. See, this is a high power resistor, and I think you know these things. This is LED, green LED, red LED. Okay, now we have to learn about some instruments that is called CRO. The instrument like CRO, this is CRO. This instrument is called CRO, and this instrument is called signal generator. Actually, this instrument produces one signal, and this instrument CRO shows the shape of the signal and the frequency and the amplitude of the signal. So it is an input device, the CRO is output device. So before we start calculating in CRO, we have to see some notes or some formulas of measurement in CRO. These are the formula. Now suppose first I will provide the PDF file of this, and you read it first, then you can understand the technique. Suppose this is the CRO screen. This is the CRO screen. See, this CRO screen has so many squares. Okay. Now suppose this is the CRO screen, and from here I have taken these 4 squares, 1 2 3 4. I have taken these 4 squares and drawn these 4 squares in large font to make you understand properly. Now see, According to the formula of big division, one arm of one square is a big division. So a square consists of four big divisions: two vertical big division, two horizontal big division. Don't think that I have not marked here as big division, so it is not a big division. No, every arm is a big division. Each and every arm of a square is a big division. This is a big division, this is a big division, this is a big division, this is a big division. These all are big divisions. And see, these divisions, the inside divisions are divided into 5 parts. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the big divisions and small division. Now my data will be, the given data will be volt per division and time per division. Suppose here volt per division is 5 volt and time per division is 0.5 millisecond. Okay. Now if we calculate the amplitude of the signal, we have to take readings along y-axis, and if we want to take time period of the signal, we have to take readings along x-axis. Now consider the red signal. Consider the red signal only. See, if the volt per division is 5 volt and the time per division is 0.5 millisecond, then the amplitude of the red signal is 2 into 5 plus 0 into 5 by 5 equal to 10 volt. Now how it is possible? See the formula. The formula to find out amplitude: number of big division into volt per division, number of small division into volt per division by 5. So count here the number of big division along y-axis, because in case of amplitude we have to take readings only in y-axis. So for the red signal along y-axis, we are seeing that 2 big divisions are occupied. So, and after 2 big divisions there is not any small division, and inside these 2 big divisions there are 10 small divisions. So if we take 2 big divisions, we will not count these small divisions. If we do that, the voltage will be repeated and we will get double result. So if we take, in this condition, if we take 2 big division, then the number of small division will be 0. So that is why I have written here number of big division is 2 and volt per division is 5 according to my formula. Number of big division into volt per division, 2 into 5 plus number of small division is 0. 0 into 5 by 5, so it is 0, so 2 into 5 it is 10 volt. So the amplitude of the red signal is 10 volt according to this data. Now if I calculate the time period of this red signal, same here, time period means one complete cycle, that means one positive half cycle and one negative half cycle, time taken to complete one cycle. So here I have one complete cycle and it is starting from here to here, and it is 2 big divisions, horizontally 2 big divisions are occupied. So when we are calculating the time period, we have to take readings along x-axis. So two big divisions along x-axis are occupied to complete one cycle. So we have written here 2 into 0.5, 2 big divisions, 2 time per division is 0.5, and 0 into 0.5 by 5. So this part is 0 and 2 into 0.5 makes 1 millisecond. Now if I get the value of time period, I will get the value of frequency, as the frequency is reciprocal of time period. Frequency is equal to 1 by time period. So if I 1 by 1, that is 1 millisecond. 1 millisecond means, milli means 10 to the power minus 3, so it is 10 to the power 3 hertz, that makes 1 kilohertz. So the frequency of the red signal is 1 kilohertz. Now for blue signal, see this blue signal, calculate the amplitude first. So we have to take readings along y-axis. Now here we see that neither the upper big division nor the lower big division is occupied totally. Some part of the big divisions and some part of the this big division are occupied. So in this condition we will take the small divisions only. So count the small division: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 small divisions are occupied here. So in this case, amplitude of the blue signal, we have taken big division equal to 0. Here I have taken 5 small divisions into volt per division by 5 according to my formula. Small division into volt per division by 5. Volt per division by 5. So this part is 0, and for this part we are getting 5 volt. So the amplitude of the blue signal is 5 volt, and the time period of the blue signal, see the time period here also, not the left side not the right side, neither the left side nor the right side is occupied totally. So we have to count the small divisions only. So here we have 4 small division and here we have 4 small division, that makes 8 small division in total to complete one oscillation. So here also we have written number of big division is 0 and number of small division is 8 into 0.5 by 5, that makes 0.8 millisecond. Now if I get the time period, I will get the frequency also, reciprocal of time period 1 by 8, that makes 1250, that is 1250 hertz, that is 1.25 kilohertz. So this is the technique to find amplitude and frequency from the CRO screen. Now let me show you some practical examples. See, this is the CRO screen, and in this screen you can see volt per division and time per division. This is written here time, that is time per division 50 microsecond, and volt per division is 2 volt. Here we have you can see channel 1 and channel 2. My wire is connected in channel 1, so we will consider channel 1 only. We will consider channel 1 only, and the voltage of the channel 1 is 2 volt. So here note it, the volt per division is 2 volt and the time per division is 50 microsecond. So if we calculate here, if we calculate here the signal, first you calculate the amplitude. Now see here, this is big division, big division, big division, big division. These are big division, and the big divisions are divided into 5 parts. These small parts are small division. So how many big divisions are occupied vertically? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 big divisions are occupied, and after that 2 small divisions are also occupied. So for this calculation volt per division is 2 volt, time per division is 50 microsecond, and occupied, so amplitude one, two, three, four, five. So 5 into 2 plus 2 more small divisions are here. See, one small division, two small division. So 2 into 2 by 5. So this is 10 plus 2 by 5 means 0.4. 0.4 into 2, 0.8, that is 10.8 volt. The amplitude is 10.8 volt. Now for frequency we have to take, for amplitude for time period we have to take readings horizontally. So suppose one oscillation means I am taking this part only, starting from this point to this point. I have to take only one oscillation. So I can choose any of one oscillation. I can choose here also, here also, here also. Okay, I am taking from this point to this point. Here I can see two big divisions are occupied and 1.5 small divisions are occupied. So two big divisions and 1.5 small division, and the time per division is 50 microsecond. So time period is 2 big divisions into 50 plus 1.5 into 50 by 5. 100 plus 15. So 15 microsecond is the time period. So frequency 1 by t is equal to 1 by 115 into 10 to the power minus 6, 10 to the power 6 by 115. This is the value of frequency. If I calculate this value, we can get the exact frequency of the signal. So this is the technique to measure the amplitude and frequency seeing the CRO string. So this was the lesson of the first day, and okay, thank you.